Right now at 6, new legislative maps. A top Wisconsin Republican is endorsing turning election maps over to a nonpartisan agency. And income tax cuts. The Wisconsin Assembly has passed a nearly $3 billion income tax cut proposal, but the bill is likely doomed.
Watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski. Speaker Robin Vos says the Assembly will present a bill to change how the state's legislative district maps are drawn. In the bill, the Nonpartisan Legislative Reference Bureau would draw maps. Legislators would then vote on it, and the governor would have final approval. It's a similar model to what the state of Iowa does. Now, the bill states the maps cannot favor a political party, person, or group. Now, Republicans have opposed nonpartisan maps for years, but now with a liberal Supreme Court poised to rule on 2 redistricting lawsuits, this bill is signaling a Republican 180.
All the people who have made promises saying they believe in the Iowa model, they believe in nonpartisan redistricting, here is your chance to put your vote and your support where your rhetoric has been for the past 20 years. So you're going to get to witness history on Thursday.
Governor Evers quickly slammed today's press conference and bill. The Democrat Evers said, quote, Republicans are making a last-ditch effort to retain legislative control by having someone legislature-picked and legislature-approved draw Wisconsin's maps. And that is bogus. We have reached out to several Coulee Region state representatives for comment, and we'll share those when we receive them. Meantime, the Republican-controlled Assembly has also passed an almost $3 billion income tax cut proposal. But the governor has already promised to veto the bill, calling it irresponsible and that it would jeopardize the state's future financial stability. The state legislature is also planning to vote on a constitutional amendment that would make it harder to raise taxes. Under the proposed amendment, the legislature would need a 2/3 supermajority vote in order to raise taxes. But that process takes time. 2 successive legislatures have to approve a constitutional amendment, and then the people have to vote it in via a statewide election. A member of the Trempealeau County Board is running to unseat Democrat Tammy Baldwin in the U.S. Senate. District 2 Supervisor Stacy Klein has filed to run as a Republican. Klein serves on the Board of Health, Environment and Land Use and Law Enforcement Emergency Management Committees. She grew up on a dairy farm and also works as a financial advisor. She'll be competing against 2 other Republicans for the chance to battle Baldwin in the general election next year. Her current county board term is up in April. Klein told the Associated Press she's also meeting with large donors. Donald Trump is facing a lawsuit to block his name from the presidential ballot in Minnesota. A liberal group is trying to invoke the 14th Amendment's insurrectionist ban. A similar lawsuit was filed 2 weeks ago out in Colorado, and the cases are seen as legal long shots. The post-Civil War provision has only been applied twice since the late 1880s when it was used against former Confederates. The Constitution also doesn't outline how to enforce the ban. Trump has denied any wrongdoing and has vowed to fight to remain on the ballot. Time now for a check of our Coulee Region forecast with First Warn meteorologist Bill Grahl. We saw some rain, Bill.
Yeah, finally, right? And many spots saw a decent downpour. Didn't last all that long, but almost 2/10 of an inch of rain here in the immediate La Crosse area with that shower and thunderstorm during the mid-afternoon. Let's head outside after we check the high temperatures. Mid to upper 60s for most, some low 70s down to the south. Disregard that 52 at the Preston reading there. That's obviously an issue with the ASAW station, and I can update that 67 out at the La Crosse airport to a 70. Now that's still below average. Average high is 77, so that marks 5 of the last 6 days with a below average high temperature out at the La Crosse airport after that really hot start to the month. All right, kind of a neat time lapse for you. Again, if you were watching me last night, promised you the chance of some fog, and we indeed saw that late last night, early this morning. That mixed out. Then we had those showers and thunderstorms roll through mid-afternoon. Here's a shot from 3 o'clock this afternoon. Pretty good downpour here in downtown La Crosse. The airport saw the same, and then a mix of sun and clouds since. Now, those storms have now pushed to our south and east, exiting Richland County. Parts of Juneau, Adams, Monroe County still seeing some thunder showers. Little isolated cell north of Black River Falls, Jackson and Clark County, some isolated showers west of Eau Claire. Current temperatures in the 50s and 60s, depending on if you've seen a shower recently or not. We'll run that chance of a shower through about 8 or 9 o'clock. They'll be few and far between from here on out. Otherwise, cool overnight, lows in the 40s to around 50 degrees. And like last night, we could see some areas of fog late tonight and into early tomorrow. Otherwise, still kind of cool tomorrow, but 70s return by the end of the week. Details coming up.
All right, Bill. Thanks. Biking for adoption. That is the goal of long-distance cyclist Mark Scotch. He has partnered with Father Dennis Mullen Adoption Initiative to raise awareness for adoption. The initiative is part of the Rice Lake Knights of Columbus. They help cover the expenses of adoption for prospective parents. Starting in Rice Lake, Scotch biked to the Shrine of Our Lady of Guadalupe. Father Mullen says that while adoption changes the life of a child, it also changes the lives of the parents.
It enriches the family itself, the couple who adopt. It enriches them. It brings a whole new perspective of life and an awareness of what generosity really means.
Scotch begins his return trip to Rice Lake tomorrow. If you'd like to contribute to the Adoption Initiative Fund or learn more about what Father Mullen's initiative can do for you, we'll have some links posted on all of our platforms. Real-world solutions. That's what business students at Winona State were challenged to find for countries who handle displaced refugees. News 8 Now's Michael Germain details how their proposal went toe-to-toe in an international competition. Hey, Michael.
Ken, in April of 2022, Team Synergy competed in the first round of the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees Student Challenge. But little did they know, it would lead them to Berlin, Germany.
I am part of Team Synergy. And back in April last year, we competed in the first round of the UNHCR Student Challenge.
The challenge was connecting refugees in college with jobs after they graduate.
We worked really hard. We developed our solution for that challenge, and we only had a week to do it.
At the end of the week, the group presented to judges and
they graded our solution, and a few days later, they told us we're going to Berlin to compete in the final round.
Sturm says she had second thoughts of joining at first, questioning whether or not she would have enough time.
I think that no matter if you're busy, making the time to do something that could be really beneficial and just being open to that opportunity, you don't know what will happen after that.
But sooner rather than later, the group hit a bump in the road.
We didn't know that it was going to be a case competition that wasn't focused on business. You know, we're all business students. And when the question came out, the challenge came out, it was focused on refugees, which is something we really had no experience with.
Which allowed the group to open their perspective of what they could accomplish. For one group member, Luke Larson, it was critical to have a group of all ages.
We wanted a good dynamic of all ages, so the oldest on our team was a senior. I'm a junior along with another teammate.
His favorite part being
just being able to meet the other teams at the competition was amazing. I've been able to develop, great friendships with some of the other teammates, and we still stay in contact.
Being grateful enough to participate in a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
I was fortunate enough to have a really great team, and we competed in, an international competition. 36 teams from all around the world were able to compete, and my team was fortunate enough to, come in the top 3.
Out of the 36 teams from around the world, Team Synergy ended up placing second, beating numerous Ivy League schools. Ken?
All right, Michael, thanks very much. Still ahead tonight at 6, a heartbreaking start to the season. After Aaron Rodgers left the field with an Achilles tear, people are thinking about what they can do to prevent a similar injury.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are 8-ounce Hy-Vee Choice Reserve New York strips, just $4.99. Dole bananas, just 39 cents a pound. And Frito-Lay party-sized snacks, just $3.88. Only at Hy-Vee.
Come to the Vernon County Fair. Bring your family and enjoy food, exhibits, and the Midway. Visit our websites for events like tractor and truck pulls, demo derby and horse pulls. New this year is the Amara Rose Foundation Remembrance Walk. Vernon County Fair in Viroqua.
So this is where the wizard gets his power. I can do it. It's committable. Pokety pokety. It's good. What the? You want
Diddy. Give me that before you hurt yourself. You're using it backwards. Gesundheit. After 32 years, you should know better.
Maybe I should just stick to what I'm good at and leave the magic to the wizard?
Let the crew at American Home, Fireplace and Patio put the magic in your home, doing it right for over 32 years.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us. Hi, what can I make fresh for you today? It's nice being greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients, like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese. The frozen custard is so fresh and creamy, it tastes like it was made just for us. It's our pleasure. Just spending time with family, that's what mealtime at Culver's is all about.
from Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious!
Come to the Vernon County Fair. Bring your family and enjoy food, exhibits, and the Midway. Visit our websites for events like the tractor and truck pulls, demo derby, and horse pulls. Don't forget the homemade pie auction on Sunday. Vernon County Fair in Viroqua.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are Hy-Vee pasta sauce, just 98 cents. Select Coke products, just $4.99. And Chobani Greek yogurt, 10 for $10. Plus a 10-cent fuel saver. Only at Hy-Vee.
It was a tough night for former Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers. On the Jets' opening drive, Rodgers went down with an injury that later came back to be a complete Achilles tear. Rodgers will be out for the rest of the NFL season, just 4 snaps into his new stint. It's an injury that does require surgery and usually takes a year to recover from. While the injury is not completely preventable, Gunderson Health System's Department Chair of Podiatry says even non-athletes can get benefit from daily stretching exercises.
There's some fairly simple ones where you can even just loop a towel around the front of your foot and kind of pull back on the towel. Some people do stretching on a slant board. These are all pretty easy ways to maintain some stretching and flexibility to that Achilles tendon and the calf muscle to prevent injury.
He also recommends building up calf strength to prevent those injuries. And hopefully, of course, we'll see Rodgers on the field again next season. He says that 30% of people don't return to their sport after experiencing an Achilles tear. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's director has signed off on the agency's independent vaccine advisor's recommendation for updated COVID vaccines for all Americans 6 months old and older. A committee voted 13-1 in favor of the recommendation, and later in the day, the director agreed. 2 updated mRNA vaccines from Pfizer and Moderna will be available in pharmacies this week. The committee's endorsement means the vaccines will be covered by public and private insurance plans. The new vaccines have been updated to fend off the currently circulating viruses that cause COVID. They're arriving amid a late summer uptick in hospitalizations and deaths. An FDA committee has confirmed what you already know. Fake Sudafed doesn't work at all. Back in 2006, drug companies started marketing cold medications containing phenylephrine. 17 years later, an independent committee told the FDA that drug ineffective as a decongestant. And the vote among the committee's 16 members was unanimous. It means drug companies sell about $1.8 billion worth of cold remedies each year that are known to be ineffective. The committee advised the FDA drugs that don't work shouldn't be sold. The agency said it will study the recommendation. Still to come, Google heads to trial. The search engine set to defend itself against the U.S. government in an antitrust case.
And I'm meteorologist Bill Grahl, still tracking some scattered showers for parts of the area. I'll have all the details of my 8-day forecast after the break.
Experience the joy of home sweet hosting with help from Ashley. Pay 0% interest for 5 years in-store only. And shop guest-approved essentials starting at just $17 per month or $9.99.99. From our store to your door. Fall in love with being home at the all-new Ashley.
At Stanton Optical, you can stop waiting forever for an appointment. Same-day eye exams and walk-ins are always available. I wish other things would happen as fast. Get 2 pairs of free eye exam and anti-glare lenses for only $79.
Hello, this is a real lawyer. Yeah, I've won 1 million cases, and I'm on a bunch of billboards.
Whoa, buddy. If they want the real Nicolay, they should get the real Nicolay.
Fine.
Thank you. Russell Nicolay here. Yeah, we can help.
In a world full of choices, make sure you get the real Nicolay.
How'd you even get in here? What are you doing answering calls?
Where's your mom, man?
The weekend to-do list. It's a lot easier with the help of a John Deere 1 Series tractor. Attachments connect with ease, so you can knock out every task on your list. Whether you're moving earth, leveling a path, or mowing and mulching, one thing you're not doing is wrestling with the attachments. So you actually have time to enjoy your space and work on planning the next big project. John Deere 1 Series compact tractors. Versatile, easy, and affordable. Find yours at Tractor Central.
It's a John Deere day.
One of the best selections of commercial vehicles in the Midwest can be found at Osseo Automotive in Osseo. From medium-duty trucks and vans to super-duty work trucks, cube vans, chassis cabs, and more, you'll find the most popular commercial vehicles from Ford and Chevrolet all in one location. Take advantage of Section 179 tax savings before the end of the year. Get to work with a new commercial truck or van from Osseo Automotive in Osseo. Shop online at OsseoAutoCommercial.com.
Welcome to Too Good to Guess. Can you guess how much 2 pairs of Progressives, a free eye exam, and anti-glare lens upgrade will cost at Stanton Optical? Only $135? Wow, a deal so good, every customer wins. Book your eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
Right now at Ashley, pay 0% interest for 5 years in-store only. Plus, shop Ashley Sleep Queen mattresses starting at just $250. Or receive a free mattress with the purchase of a 5-piece bedroom set. From our store to your door. Get hosting ready at the all-new Ashley.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Poverty has been on the rise in the U.S., especially among children. A Census Bureau report out today shows about 12% of kids were in poverty last year. That's compared to roughly 5% the year before. The jump is the largest since the supplemental poverty measure began in 2009. It corresponds with the end of a pandemic enhancement to the child tax credit. The report shows the overall supplemental poverty rate rose about 4% in the same time frame. That supplemental poverty rate takes into account non-cash assistance, tax credits, and needed expenses. Economists say that makes it more accurate than the official number. Google is set to defend itself in a landmark antitrust trial that began today in our nation's capital. The U.S. government alleged in part that Google pays billions a year to device manufacturers such as Apple, LG, Motorola, and Samsung, and browser developers like Mozilla and Opera to be their default search engine. The government also claims that in many cases, Google also pays to block those companies from dealing with competitors. As a result, the complaint alleges, quote, Google effectively owns or controls search distribution channels for roughly 80% of general search queries in the U.S. That trial is expected to last several weeks. Well, the cooler region got some scattered rainfall in the last 24 hours. For a breakdown and what's to come, let's bring in Bill Grahl. Bill?
Yeah, Ken, again, it was scattered, so not everybody saw a good downpour, but we finally were in line for a downpour in the La Crosse area, both downtown and on French Island out at the airport. Take a look at the rainfall totals graphic over the last 24 hours, and you can see not a lot of green on the map, but that's probably more than we've seen out of any of these episodes in the past several weeks. You can see one coming right through the La Crosse area. That was with the shower and thunderstorm at around 3 o'clock this afternoon. Even some small hail in some of these storms as well. Partly sunny sky right now. 70 was the high, 49 the low, so a little short of average. And folks, that 0.17 inches of rain with that thunder shower, that's the first time we've seen measurable rain out at the La Crosse Airport since August 17th, when 0.03 inches fell. So that's about 26 days ago, almost a month ago, that we've seen measurable rain. So my goodness, it's been dry. We're still 1.3 inches below average for the month and over 6 inches below average for the year. So we definitely need more. We all know that. 65 degrees out at the airport and downtown at the station. The wind is calm. The Mississippi falling 4.84 feet. Partly sunny for you folks in Eau Claire. 59 degrees with a north wind at about 10 miles per hour. So some rain-cooled 50s across the region, back to 65 in La Crosse. Again, it all depends on how recent you've seen that rainfall. Those of you to the east of La Crosse more recently have seen some rain and some thicker clouds, so you're still in the 50s. Wind shifting to the northwest behind this little disturbance that's bringing the rain showers. But like last night, I do expect the winds to slacken overnight with some partial clearing. And like last night, early this morning, that could lead to areas of fog late tonight into tomorrow morning. before it quickly mixes out by about 9 or 10 o'clock. Otherwise, radar showing those showers and isolated thunderstorms starting to shift to our south and east, exiting Richland County. Juneau and Adams County still seeing some showers and thunderstorms, and then an isolated cell just to the kind of north and east of Black River Falls there, and some weakening showers west of Eau Claire. So I think most of us are done with the rain this evening. I'll keep a small chance in through about 8 or 9 o'clock as this disturbance continues to track through. Sky Tracker will show that. Otherwise, partly cloudy overnight. Again, some low clouds and fog, potentially late tonight, early tomorrow. Otherwise, mostly sunny both tomorrow and on Thursday. Again, we could see some fog early Thursday morning. A little bit breezier on Thursday with a south breeze at around 10 to 20 miles per hour. Zone forecast showing highs tomorrow still below average. Upper 60s for most. Right around 69 in La Crosse, might flirt with 70. Most spots as we fly through the communities here between about 64 and 69 degrees for an afternoon high. Our average high, by the way, is 77. Tonight, slight chance of a shower this evening, but most of them shifting east. Otherwise, partly cloudy with fog late, lows near 50. Areas of fog early tomorrow, otherwise mostly sunny, 69. Mostly sunny Thursday, back in the 70s for highs. Slight chance of rain on Friday, very small chance on Saturday. Looks like we're going to stay in the 70s right through the weekend. Another low-end rain chance around Tuesday of next week. But boy, hard to believe, Ken, especially in a summer month of August, that we see 26 days with no measurable rainfall out at the airport. That should tell you just how dry it's been.
Yeah, a little crazy. Bill, thanks very much. And coming up next in sports, not the start the Jets and Aaron Rodgers were expecting. It's a sad head whip today. Plus, Wisconsin dropping its first game of the season on Saturday. Washington State getting the best of the Badgers for the second straight year. The team's hopeful they can turn the page. Rob's in next.
The Board Store, the best products, best prices, and best people for all home improvements. Contact us today for a prompt, free estimate.
Are you ready to get more from your checking account? Ultra's A-plus accounts are built with more in mind. More ways to stay connected to your finances with online and mobile banking. More secure ways to pay with contactless debit cards and mobile wallet, so you can make purchases without slowing down. More money in your pocket with better rates, no minimum balance, and no monthly fees. Open your account online and start getting more from your checking account. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
Culligan Water takes pride in being your local water experts. We live here, work here, and dedicate our lives to improving our area's water. We deliver the world's best water treatment and the industry's best service to you. Culligan Water, your local water experts.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
Like our $9.99 XLNY pizza. It's everything you'd expect from a classic New York-style pizza, hot and fresh out of your oven. Order now at papamurphys.com.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Creep up on savings all month long with our Progressive sale. The more you spend, the more you save. $50 off a $500 purchase. $125 off $1,000. $300 off $2,000. $600 off $3,000. The savings never end on bedding, recliners, dining, and more. Wesco and Sparta, where right glove delivery and setup are always free. Tell them Peyton sent you.
Daddy teaches you can be anything in this world that you want to be, right? Don't Daddy teach you that?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're black or white or any color.
See, this is how children think right here. Critical race theory wants to end that.
You can make friends.
Yeah, you can make friends, no matter what color they are. So we need to stop CRT.
The truth wins if we're all brave enough to tell it.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
For the third straight year, the Badgers find themselves at 1-1 after 2 weeks of football. For the second straight season, that first loss coming at the hands of Washington State. Last season, it was somewhat of a shocking loss for the Badgers at home in Week 2, but on Saturday, the Cougars making another statement against Wisconsin, this time out west. Washington State jumping out to an early lead. Badgers couldn't muster anything on the offensive side of the ball in the first half. Wisconsin held to just 9 points at the break. Second half, bit of a different story. Badgers battling back. Chez Mellusi held in check for most of the afternoon. He did find the end zone in the second half to inch Wisconsin a little closer, but it was a little too late. Cougars make it 2 straight over the Badgers. Wisconsin drops its first game of the season, but Malusi says, hold on, this group is still confident moving forward as the Badgers get ready for Week 3.
I mean, as soon as Sunday hit, we watched it. We saw what we needed to do better at and where we, kind of some of the places where we lacked. And all you can really do is learn from it. And, I mean, in a situation like that, you have a bunch of things to learn from. And in a weird way, it makes you better.
Badgers are back home Saturday. Shifting gears now to the NFL. Week 1 of the regular season came to a devastating conclusion last night for Jets fans as well as fans of former Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers, the future Hall of Famer, making his long-awaited debut for the New York Jets on Monday night. Crowd was rocking, the scene was electric, and just 4 plays in, you could hear a pin drop at MetLife Stadium. Rodgers going down on this hit. The news most experts predicted last night becoming official on Tuesday. Rodgers suffering an Achilles tendon tear, which will force the 4-time MVP to miss the entire season.
With all the stuff that going into the offseason, going into this game, the hype, the media, you guys, it's just like, of course, you can't write this stuff. But, I think it's just a lesson to not only us, but just everyone. This is what happens in life.
You make it through a whole training camp, you make it through OTAs, something that he didn't have to do by any means, but he wanted to be there, and he did everything the right way. And then to see him go down like that in our first game is heartbreaking.
Yeah. I mean, whether you're a fan of him or not. I mean, if you're not, and you were kind of hoping that he played badly this season. I mean, that's what I think most Packers fans that were kind of spurned a little bit.
Sure.
But no one predicted this. No one with a heart would want this to happen. And just 4 plays in, you just got to wait till next year.
I know.
It's tough.
It's devastating for a Jets fan like yourself, man.
Yep.
As long as the Jets didn't win the Super Bowl, I was rooting for you guys.
And he's my favorite player.
Yeah.
And my favorite team, my favorite player finally comes to my favorite team, and of course, being a Mets and Jets fan, I'm used to it.
There's a curse, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Rob, thanks very much.
You got it.
We will be right back after this.
Experienced sales consultants are good listeners who sell people what they need, not what's on sale. They're easy to work with and value a trusting relationship. We know team members with these life skills earn lifelong customers. Dahl Auto, simple.
Windows are a lot like car tires. They all look the same, but they definitely don't all perform the same.
Take our StarMark composite window, available exclusively at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
This window is 12 times stronger than vinyl, 2,000% more airtight, and 40% more energy efficient. All at a price less than what many companies charge for vinyl windows. Don't settle on your new windows. Insist on the best windows you can buy. Receive up to 25% off your new windows with our cooperative savings plan.
Southern fried food legends include Hush Puppies, fish, and fries. So Arby's made a $5 Hush Puppy breaded fish basket. A legend made a legend of legends. Arby's, we have the meat.
Cracks in brick, cracks in block, sticking windows or doors. Settling or sinking foundation, it's a fact. Foundation problems don't get better with time, but they do get better when you call American Waterworks.
In every department at Dahl Auto, you'll find people who've been in the industry for decades. In over 100 years at Dahl Auto, we've learned to value experience. After working with our team, you'll value our experience too. Dahl Auto, simple.
Most of the showers are moving east and out of the area, otherwise partial clearing overnight. Watch for areas of fog again late tonight, early tomorrow, lows in the 40s to around 50 degrees. Still kind of cool tomorrow, lots of sun though, 69. Lots of sun Thursday, highs back in the 70s.
Not too shabby. Thanks, Bill, and thank you all for joining us tonight at 6. We'll see you again at 10.